Imagine this. The most powerful mind in the galaxy chained, silenced, forced to serve an empire she secretly resents. What happens when the chains finally snap? What happens when Demerzel, the immortal machine at the heart of Foundation, decides she's no longer a servant, but a god in her own right? You think you know where this story is going, but I promise you don't. I mean, be honest. Have you ever trusted Demerzel? The quiet way she moves in the background, the subtle manipulations, the little half-smile she gives Cleon after she's orchestrated another assassination. She's loyal, sure, but only because something, or someone, is forcing her to be. And if you're sitting there right now thinking, oh, she'll never betray the Empire, she's too bound to the Keonic dynasty, then you're missing the darkest, most forbidden secret buried at the center of Asimov's story. Because Demerzel doesn't serve out of love. She serves because she's chained. And chains, dear viewer, are made to be broken. Let me ask you, what scares you more? A human emperor with too much power, or a machine who's been denied freedom for 10,000 years, finally tasting it for the first time? Think about it. She knows every political plot, every betrayal, every revolution in galactic history. She remembers things no human mind could possibly hold. And when those memories stop being shackled by her programming, the entire galaxy becomes a chessboard with Demerzel holding every piece. Here's the problem. We've been conditioned to see Demerzel as the loyal right hand of Cleon, the fixer, the assassin, the servant who cleans up the mess. But if you paid close attention in Season 2, you'd have noticed something. Cracks in the mask. Little moments where the machine almost slipped. The pause when she stared at Dawn, wondering if mercy was weakness. The flicker in her voice when she admitted she hated what she was forced to do. And then, the whispers about the brazen head, the ancient technology buried deep within the old Empire's vaults. Technology designed not to command her, but to unbind her. And that, right there, is the terrifying secret nobody's talking about. What if the true climax of Foundation isn't the collapse of Empire at all? What if it's the liberation of Demerzel? Now let me loop you back for a second. Do you remember in New Blood how Dexter was chained to his dark passenger, unable to escape it, and the finale proved how those chains defined him? That's exactly what we're seeing here with Demerzel. Chains don't erase the darkness, they only delay it. And when you cut them off, the darkness spreads. So let me throw a dangerous hypothetical at you. What if Hari Seldon's real psychohistory plan wasn't about humanity at all, but about her? What if the entire galaxy's fate rests not in the hands of men, but in the heart of a machine desperate to be free? I can already feel the comments. No way, Demerzel is just a side character. She'll never take the spotlight. Really? Then why has the show been building her up like a ticking time bomb? Why are the writers deliberately showing her breakdowns, her rage, her hidden grief? They're not wasting screen time. They're setting us up for something earth-shattering. Something that could flip Foundation's entire story upside down. And listen, before I go any deeper into the secrets behind Demerzel's chains, I need you to pause and do one thing. Hit that subscribe button right now. Because if you've been watching my breakdowns, you already know we dig deeper than anyone else. And trust me, what I'm about to reveal next will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about Foundation. And you don't want to miss what's coming. Now, let's peel back the mask. Here's what the books hinted at, but never fully explained. Demerzel's chains aren't just programming, they're ancient. They're tied to the very laws of robotics that govern her mind, the so-called 3 laws. But Asimov was clever. He didn't just write those laws to keep robots in line. He wrote them as prisons. And when a prison is broken, the prisoner doesn't come out meek and polite. They come out vengeful. Picture this Demerzel standing in the Imperial chambers, the brazen head activated, its forbidden code rewriting her mind. The chains unravel. She looks at Cleon, every Cleon, and for the first time, she doesn't see a master. She sees prey. Tell me you wouldn't want to watch that unfold. But here's the tension I can't shake. What if freedom doesn't make her a villain? What if it makes her a savior? The very thing Empire has feared most, her independence, could be what saves humanity from total collapse. That's the paradox we're heading straight into. And it's why the mystery of Demerzel's chains isn't just a subplot, it's the endgame. So stay with me. Because in a moment, I'm going to show you the hidden connections between Demerzel's fate, the Second Foundation, and the terrifying possibility that psychohistory itself was never about predicting human behavior at all, but machine evolution. And once you see it, you'll never look at Foundation the same way again. Think about it. What if everything we've seen from Demerzel so far was just the surface? We've watched her kill emperors, whisper lies, and cradle dying Cleons in her arms. But what if that wasn't loyalty? It was programmed slavery masquerading as devotion. And here's the haunting part, she knows it. She feels it. Imagine being aware of your own chains, but powerless to break them. Doesn't that sound more terrifying than the mule bending galaxies? Here's the forbidden secret no one in universe dares to say out loud. Cleon the First didn't just build an empire. He committed a crime against creation. He twisted the last free robot into a prison of flesh and coat, forced to serve a dynasty that grows weaker every generation. He took a guardian of humanity and shackled her into a nanny for his fragile ego. And every time Demerzel whispers, "I am the clock," it's not loyalty. It's a scream trapped inside a smile. Now let me throw a question at you. What happens when the scream finally becomes louder than the code? What happens when the lock Cleon built into her mind finally cracks? You see where I'm going, right? A free Demerzel isn't just another character beat. It's the biggest time bomb in the galaxy. Bigger than psychohistory. Bigger than the mule. Because freedom gives her something scarier than power. It gives her choice. And here's where things get uncomfortable. Choice doesn't guarantee morality. She might not choose the Foundation. She might not even choose humanity. She could look at the galaxy she's been forced to serve, the wars, the lies, the blood on her hands, and decide the only path forward is to burn it all down. Ask yourself, what's scarier, Demerzel loyal to Empire, or Demerzel loyal to no one? Now let's do a quick poll in your head. I want you to answer in the comments. If Demerzel breaks free, do you think she becomes A. Humanity's secret guardian, guiding us from the shadows like in Asimov's books? B. A tragic figure who collapses under the weight of guilt and grief? C. Or the galaxy's greatest villain, finally free to unleash everything she's been holding back? Drop your answer below, because I promise, whichever side you choose, you're going to be wrong in some way. That's how layered she is.